What's up, everybody? I'm Dear Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back, and today I am making a video that's been highly requested of me since I started my journey of going through and beating Fatalis with all the weapons. And so far we've beaten Fatalis with 7 weapons. And today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a tier list of those 7 weapons in terms of which one was the most enjoyable. I'll go over which one's the most enjoyable, fun, and also which one was the most challenging weapons for me to learn and to master in order to take down Fatalis with it. So my family, without further ado, let's dive in. All right, here we go. Before we get any further, our smooth store is now available. A link in the description. Pick up your merch today. I got the Enforce side we trust. We got mugs, shirts, all kinds of things. But today we are here to talk about the weapons I used and which one did I find the most satisfactory during my playthrough. So to start off, I'll just go ahead and list the weapons I've used. I've used Longsword, Greatsword, Sword and Shield, Hammer, Lance, Dual Blades, and Bow. So we have some medium range, we have some tank weapon, we have some slower weapons, and we have one range weapon currently. So if you guys don't know, I'm a Longsword main, and for one, I can't deny the fact of what my most satisfactory weapon is. It's a Longsword because I love this weapon. It's super cool. I love the counters. I love the foresight. All the things that make a Longsword amazing are super anime. I love it. So for as far as the most enjoyable, it has to be Longsword. But if we're gonna take out Longsword because that's my main weapon, naturally that's gonna be my most enjoyable weapon. If I am going to go with the next weapon, I felt that was the most enjoyable. It was a toss-up. It's hard. It was really hard because honestly, a lot of the weapons are really fun to play, and they're just fantastic. So if I were to pick another weapon category, and I'm gonna put, and I guess I put Longsword in my S tier because that's where it belongs. It's amazing. The next weapon that surprisingly was extremely fun to play for me, that was a sleeper hit, has to be the Sword and Shield. It has to be. Sword and Shield was one I felt an underrated weapon. It's a weapon I never played prior, and it was just so amazing to like dive in and use. It's also extremely powerful and versatile as well. You can play tank, Sword and Shield. You can play aggressive Sword and Shield. You can play main DPS. It does really good damage. It's full charge combo. This one right here does crazy damage. Crazy damage. So this weapon, as far as difficult to use, it looks simple. It looks simple to play, but it's a very complex weapon because the special counter, this perfect rush, it takes a little bit of time, and you have to time those strikes just right to get maximum damage. It has a block in it, which I don't recommend. And also too, the back dodge has iframes. If you get hit during that moment, you can block that and get some iframes as well. So this weapon was by far one of my unexpected weapons. I didn't think I was going to enjoy that much, but it's absolutely amazing weapon to play. So I'll give this one S tier as well because one, damage is up there, extremely strong, and also two, the damage is really strong, pretty good. Takes like maybe a couple days to pick up, and a versatile weapon as well. My next weapon, when it comes to enjoyment and damage, is overall fun. It has to go to the lovely Greatsword because Greatsword is my second main weapon. I love it. It's extremely powerful. It's strong, especially if you like massive. I can't find where's my main Greatsword. If you like massive damage, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you like massive damage, this one is a more timely weapon. In terms of easeability, it's easy to use, but it's hard to master because positioning is everything in this weapon. And there's a couple of ways you can play this weapon. You can play the TSC playstyle where you're doing a bunch of these and getting some big damages. My other build hits harder, but I'm not showcasing damage in this video. I'm just showcasing my entertainment. The other weapons, they hit harder, but you can also play the Frostcraft build where you just have a quick draw and you're charging up. As you charge up, as you have your weapon away, there's a hit and run style. You charge up because you have the Frostcraft. Let me see if I can put it on real quick. This is actually my God Slayer build. And when this is God Slayer, because we've taken down every single monster with it. As you can see, I'm charged up right now. So this playstyle is a little different. You put your weapon away, and right now that gauge below my stamina, the yellow bar on the top left, what that does is the higher I have it, if it's full, I get 25% increase in attack power. So this playstyle, all I gotta do is hit, put the weapon away, charges up, I could pull out 1, 2, 3. If I get a good opportunity in the monster, get that good damage, put it away. You can go ahead. If you get a super big opening, I'm not saying you can't use a TSC, but as you notice, every single hit I take, I'm losing damage in terms of like percentage wise. I'm probably at 10% increase in damage now. But I put the weapon away. It's a hit and run playstyle. You find your opening, hit one of these, boom. And the good thing about this is you stagger a lot. You knock the monster over a lot because you do such a big amount of damage in such a short amount of time. So greatsword is my second favorite weapon when it comes after a longsword, but it's my main weapon, so I had to put it up there. But sword and shield is definitely a satisfactory weapon. This one might be shocking. The next weapon I played was the first weapon I played when I started this whole journey, and it's going to be the lance. Lance is a great weapon. It's super defensive, super strong, but what I really like about it is I love how you can play the counter lance. And counter lance means that you're just dodging and if you hit your guard right before the monster hits you, you get a disgusting like little charm that you get a parry on, and it helps you just keep yourself in the damage. This weapon is good for its defensive. You want to just move out your way, position is low. The main thing with this weapon, it's easy. 3 thrusts, all you need. Get in there, 3 thrusts. You never put your shield away. You might be wondering, you're not doing crazy damage. Yeah, I'm not getting 1,000 damage per hit. But the cool thing about it is, well, I never have to heal because I'm protecting myself. So I can just consistently stay in the action, dodge, and keep on thrusting. While some other weapons, you might have to charge it up, reposition yourself, protect yourself. While this weapon, I could just stay there and just poke all day long. And if I get in a situation where I need to, I can counter myself as well and get even stronger attacks. So I love this weapon. Also, the counter skill when you get your clutch claw is amazing because what it does is it allows you to protect yourself and latch onto the monster and tenderize the body part at the same time. And to do that, all you do is hit the R2 and circle, and the monster hits you right here. You latch onto it and you get a chance to tenderize it as well. So very, very satisfactory weapon. Truly enjoyed this one. I wasn't expecting myself to play it and enjoy it as much as I did, but it's a fantastic weapon. Next weapon we used was my most recent one. And it's hard. I got 3 weapons left. I got dual blades, hammer, and I have bow. When it comes, and this is hard because dual blades are so amazing. Hammer is so fun. Bow was fun, but I have to give it to hammer. Hammer was just an amazing weapon to use. The boinkage was fantastic. The hits, the stuns, you just feel so powerful when you're using it. And also too, I had the power of the turkey leg, so I had to keep that on there. Hammer's amazing weapon. It's super fun, really big damage. Just think of a more mobile greatsword is how I kind of think about this weapon. It's extremely powerful. And also too, you can kind of like, there's really good combos to knock the monster out. You could dodge out a majority of your attacks to protect yourself. And it's just an overall fun, strong weapon to use. This is the only skill, the Big Bang attack, that keeps you in the animation lock. You can't do anything else outside of it. But you have a lot of flexibility in this build where you can hit, you can charge. If you do your little charge attack as well, if you get clutch claw right after, jump to the monster, tenderize that body part in the same action. So hammer, by far, it was a really true fun weapon to play with, and really easy to master. Very simple complex weapon. It's a charge weapon, so you run around, you do your power charge, you run around. When it gets purple, pink like that, then your maximum charge, you let it go, boom. Get out of the way, find your positioning. Also, this combo, your R2, triangle, it's stronger than your Big Bang, easier to get off. So you have a lot of flexibility. Also, this has a lot of stun damage, so you're knocking the monster over a lot outside of just your regular takedowns, but you probably get like 4 to 5 stuns per hunt, which gives you plenty opportunity to hit him with your Big Bang attack. So love this weapon. The last 2 weapons I would choose is between dual blades and bow. And dual blades, I just had to be Hokage. I had to be my boy Naruto, bro. They just felt so good, super quick, super anime. You go in this mode, go crazy, slide over a place, slide out of the way. There's so many things you can do with this weapon that are this weapon is truly simple to use. The only thing why this weapon is just like bow, it's all about stamina management. and getting yourself out of the way. You get a big opening. This attack has animation lock. You can't move, so you want to use this sparingly when you're in a position where you know you're going to get some good damage. After you fill your gauge, you can leave this mode, and you can still have gauge available to you as the C is decreasing in the top left. And I can still slide around and do crazy damage. It's interesting. Don't let this weapon fool you. You might think, oh, 21 damage, 48, 45. That's not that much damage. Yes, it is, because it quickly adds up because you're just instantly in the action all the time. Position yourself, move back in there, move. Monster falls over, hit him one of these, and like you're amazing. So this weapon, this weapon and hammer, I was able to beat Fatalis first try with it. But this one was so quick because you're just doing so much damage in such a short amount of time. Which takes me to my last weapon, which is the bow. Bow was the strongest weapon in the game as far as DPS. So bow is a super strong, satisfying weapon to use. Has the highest DPS. The hardest thing about bow is stamina, protecting your stamina consumption, positioning, and also too, when you play ranged weapons like bow, you actually take 30% more damage compared to melee characters. So for me, you know, I play the ranged weapon. I like being in action. So with bow, you have to be in action because as you notice, you see my reticle, it has 2 circles in it. This is my critical point. This is where I want to strike from. Second I get to first, you see how I only have 1 circle now? Now I'm not gonna crit. So I really want to stay in this range to do the most amount of damage. Close is cool, but you really want to stay in this positioning so you're bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. There's other ways you can play, but I feel like the most effective play style for me and the most fun was to use a spread play style, which has you dancing around the monster. But the problem is you want to watch your stamina, you want to watch how close you are, you really want to watch your distance as well. In this build, this dash right here has no iframes on it. So you want to use evade window on this weapon. I think the standard is you want to have at least 4 or 5 levels evade window. That one when you're dodging is a lot more comfortable. You can get out the way and you can dodge the hits because innately it doesn't have any iframes on the dodge. But bow's a great weapon, extremely strong, get some juicy, crazy speed runs. But it is a weapon that if you're not used to playing ranged weapons will be a little challenging. So that's why it's an amazing weapon, but of all the weapons I play as a melee character, that's probably the one I enjoyed the least. So now when it comes to ranking 1 to 7, which order do they go in? And that's where it's challenging because they're all great weapons. But if I were to rank them all, I would start with saying that, well, Longsword, Greatsword, those are my top weapons. That's 1 and 2. Longsword number 1, Greatsword number 2, number 3. And I has to go to Sword and Shield. I love Sword and Shield. It's so much fun. And I think I loved it so much because I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. So 1, love that weapon. I had to put that weapon number 3. Number 4 will go to, I don't know. Hammer, I really loved Hammer. It's different. If I'm playing a tanky style, it's a tie between Lance and Hammer. And I know the Hammer boys aren't gonna like that, but it's just, I don't know, I can't. I have 2 number 4s. Because for sure, Longsword, Greatsword, Sword and Shield, hands down. Hammer was fantastic to play. Lance was a pleasure to play as well. Especially if you want looking for like a more relaxed, chill, laid back play style. Lance where it's at. You want some big bangs, some big boings, some big damage, some knockovers. Hammer is where it's at. So I think in this situation, just pure enjoyment is gonna be Hammer for me next as my 4th weapon. The 5th weapon will be Lance. The 6th weapon would be 7 or 6? Dual Blades. Oh my god, I forgot about Dual Blades. Dual Blades. Oh man. 4th, I said Hammer. 5th, Dual Blades. Lance. I gotta go with Lance. I think Lance was more technical and riskier than Dual Blades. Dual Blades are fun. Dual Blades are easier to weapon to use. Very, very easy to weapon to use. So I'll put them at 6. Then my last weapon will be bow. Even though bow is the strongest of all the weapons I played in terms of DPS, it just didn't vibe with me the greatest. It's good, it's fun, maybe I just needed more time with it because I don't play range games, and I come from a background of playing melee games. So maybe if I spend a little bit more time playing bow, then I would like enjoy it more and it'll feel second nature. I feel like that was a problem. I spent so much time like just getting familiar with like aiming, dodging, moving around, swapping the codings, all those things like got in the way of my enjoyment at first. You got used to it, but with all these other melee weapons, you don't have to worry about that. All you gotta do is worry about sharpness. So there's a trade-off. But this is my list of weapons I found that were extremely satisfying to play. Loved it. Loved going through and beating Fatalis, all these weapons. And comment below, what's your top 5 weapons that you play? If you only play 3, your top 3 weapons below. I'm curious to see what everyone plays in the chat. But thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We got a lot of the games coming up. We got Final Fantasy Remake, Rebirth we're playing currently. We have Dragon Dogma 2 coming as well. So if you don't want to miss on the action, make sure you subscribe. My family, stay smooth until next time. Dear Gamer, signing out.